Hi everyone, it's Jessica. How are you? Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. After the 2024 Scrappy Sampler, I took a break from posting videos. I want to give you a quick update today and let you know what's coming. So I will be taking the summer off mostly of making videos. Every now and then I may pop one in, but in general, I'm planning to take the summer off while my kids are out of school. Come September, I'll start making regular videos again. So it would be fantastic if you let me know in the comments of this video what you'd be interested in seeing. Do you want more quilt alongs? Do you like the block how-tos? Do you want to work on the different units of a quilt, half square triangles, flying geese, any kind of, building block unit. I know I haven't done a show and tell in a while, but I'd hope to bring the show and tells back. I was really great at doing the show and tells when I was working with Riley Blake. So when I was working with them, I would receive fabric to make quilts, and then I would have to document the quilts on their blog. And also at the same time, I document them on my blog and I'd share them on Instagram. So I had a lot of videos and photos of those quilts, and it was relatively easy for me to do the show and tells. I stopped working with them at the end of December of last year, and I haven't been so great at documenting the quilts that I've been making since then. But documenting them I do feel like that's important to me, and it's always something I strive to be better at. So I'm hoping to start doing regular show and tells again starting in September. And I will probably, like I already mentioned, will work on planning some quilt alongs. I've been reworking older patterns lately. I have some new patterns in the works too. This year didn't kind of go as I had it planned. I planned on releasing 2 to 3 patterns every single month, and then things, life spirals and I didn't have as quite of a firm grasp on that as I would like. So there were months without patterns, but I have them all drafted and drawn, so I have to just make and write them. So I'm going to be working my way through those. I do have one quilt I want to show you right now really quick. Now, I do know a lot of you that follow me here aren't on Instagram, so you probably haven't seen this, which is where I share my daily content. So while I'm not posting YouTube videos this summer, really, I am still posting on Instagram, although it's a little bit less than during the school year. So a couple years ago, I wrote this book, A Year in Solids. And basically in this book, there's 12 quilts, all in solids. So a lot of them are 2 colors. There are some that are 3. So this quilt is the June quilt. And I have that here. Now I'll show you the full thing in a minute, but I have that here. And what I've done is I'm reworking these patterns in this book. I'm not sure how many I'll do this year, but I'm reworking them to use them in prints. So let me show you the full solid version first. So here is the original June quilt. I have it in the shade of a tree. So the color is slightly off from what it actually looks like in person, but it's this beautiful light blue. And this version has 3 blocks by 3 blocks. It's a small throw. For the back, I use this pretty floral by Lori Holt, and I just love this. And now let me give you a little peek, and I'll show you this full one in a minute, but let me give you a little peek at the print. So I had this layer cake of Hey Boo by Lella Boutique, and so I made a Halloween version. And I just adore this. Now, I'm actually not even a fan of Halloween. I've said that before. Here we did a quilt along, I believe it was last summer, and originally I did that quilt in red, white, and blue, and I did it in Halloween for the sew along. It's just fun to use fabrics that are different than you always use sometimes. So I really thought this Hey Boo was beautiful, and I thought it would be very fun in this quilt. So I did make this Halloween, and I'll show you that full thing right now. Now for the Hey Boo version, this is bigger. It's 4 blocks by 4 blocks, and this sashing is just my favorite. It really makes this quilt. The blocks are pretty simple to make. They're all half square triangles. This sashing looks difficult, but it is not, and it just turns out so beautiful. So I use the Hey Boo fabric to make the blocks. Then I use a charcoal solid and a white solid to make the sashing. This quilt has 3 borders, charcoal, white, and here I did a print. So I have to decide on backing and then get this quilted up. If you have the book A Year in Solids, you don't need to purchase the individual patterns. The only thing that's going to be different is, for example, I made in this June quilt, I have the updated patterns in my Etsy shop. I'll link to it below. So if you don't have this book, you can purchase it. But this is how the original quilt was. This is a small throw, 56.5 inches square. I did it one size bigger, so it's around 70 or so square. And then I gave instructions for the 2-color and for the print. So if you have the book, you can probably figure it out without having to purchase the update. But if you wanted to purchase the update, if you don't have this book, which really isn't available anymore. I mean, some quilt shops might have this still, but one of the big sellers of it was Fat Quarter Shop, and they don't have copies anymore. So, and I'm not selling the books in my Etsy store. So if you would like it, you'll have to purchase the patterns individually as I republish them. So the June pattern is below. I have to work on quilting that Halloween version now. I have to decide on a backing fabric. But I'll be sure to show that. Even if it's not until September, I'll be sure to show you that when I'm finished. So if you have any questions, just let me know. I would really love, like I said, for your feedback on videos you want to see so I can start planning for the fall. And then I'll get back to a regular posting schedule then, hopefully a couple times a week. Thanks so much for joining me. I will see you soon.